Hello, my She Finds Joy people. I am popping in today. I'm going to actually prop my thing up here because I'm surrounded in all this paperwork I've been working on today. I have been creating the workbook for my Create Massive Momentum and Get Aligned workshop that I'm going to be working on. Hey, Miss Tiffany. Okay, so let me get myself propped up here. I thought I was ready, and I didn't realize how tiny or little my computer was still down there. So let's get me propped up here so I can talk to you guys about things that I think are important that I want to talk about. Okay. Thanks for saying hi, Tiff. Look at this crazy hair. It's getting chopped. I'm going back to super short hair on Thursday, you guys. I cannot wait. I am simply not a long hair person, even though I call this long hair. Okay, here's what I want to talk to you guys about because I've been working on this all day. As most of you know, I'm doing a 90-minute workshop on December 30th that I think is going to blow your mind. And it's called Create Massive Momentum and Make 2021 the best year of your life. And here's what we know, right? Like we've all felt tons of stress this year. We've all felt frustration and lots of pressure. We've endured a pandemic, for goodness sakes. We've had to coach ourselves through this in a multitude of ways. Some of us have had to get really creative. If you're a school teacher, you had to learn tons of technology around how to provide remote coaching, remote teaching, virtual learning, all of that to your students. If you're not in teaching, you had to learn this new thing called Zoom that you had probably never heard of. And so there's a lot that all of us have gone through. And I think, one of the things that I was working on today as I was pulling together. So I'm working on this workshop, which is going to be like 90 minutes of some of my best stuff so that I can really help everyone get on a good solid page when we go into 2021. And this does not mean that we poo-poo away all the crappy, shitty things that have happened in 2020. It does not mean that. But what I also know just about the work that I do is that there is a way to do goal setting that doesn't feel so heavy, that doesn't feel so boring. And I think that's one of the best things that I teach is really like, hey, how can I teach you to achieve your goals without like working yourself to the ground, right? And you guys have heard me talk about this a lot with the law of attraction. The law of attraction is at work in our lives all of the time because whatever thoughts that you're predominantly thinking are what you're putting out into the world. And whatever you're thinking becomes your inner beliefs. And whatever your inner beliefs are, those are the things that drive you to take action. And whether or not you take action, you're always taking action, right? Like, if you decide to sit on the couch and watch Netflix versus go to the gym, that's taking action. If you have a dream of launching your own travel company, AKA Tiffany Emery, and you just keep putting it out there, but you never take the steps to make it happen, you're creating by default. Instead, what Tiffany done is Tiffany's a great action taker. She takes step after step after step after step. She's got a free Facebook going. She's got her website going. She's got her branded photos going. She's talking to her people all of the time. And so what happens is we're all creating our life, whether we realize it or not. It's not really that life is like happening to us. We are creating that through our thoughts, through the energy vibrations that we hold. And so in this 90-minute workshop that I'm super fired up about giving, what I want to do is help you learn, first of all, what are your desires? What do you want out of life? I know I've been doing some coaching calls with some women who are wanting to get in my 90-day coaching program. And one of the questions that I ask them is, what is it? What are your desires? And to be honest with you, this is a really difficult question because until somebody can break it down for you, you don't know. Because, you've lived in the adult world for so long that you have forgotten what you want to dream about, what you want to achieve, what you want to experience, what opportunities you want to come your way. And so our brain doesn't even know how to think about that. And so what I'm going to do is this is going to be a 90-minute training where I am going to really set you up for massive momentum in the new year. And if you can't attend the 90-minute training, it's going to be like its own course. And so you'll have access to it so that you can watch the training and follow the steps to make your own vision board on your own time. But what I'm going to do during this training is I'm actually going to help you get really clear on what it is that you want to create in 2021. Because if we don't know where we're headed, then we don't know the action steps that we need to be able to take to get there. And so I'm going to really work with you on creating a vision of exactly what you do want. For all areas of your life. What do you want to feel like in your personal life? What do you want to feel like in your parenthood life? What do you want to feel like in your work life? What do you want your financial life to feel like? What do you want your spiritual life to feel like? What do you want your vacation life to feel like? And so we're going to really break apart like this thing called the law of attraction. I'm going to teach you all about it because I'm going to tell you it's happening even if you don't think it is. The law of attraction is totally working in your life. So, I think that when you can learn how to streamline that energy into creating more of what you want in this life, that's kind of when things start heading in a different direction. And so I'm going to teach you my 5-step process for manifesting. I'm going to teach you what the law of attraction is and how it works. I'm going to teach you how the subconscious mind works because even the mind behind the mind is creating your reality. And we're going to get like super crystal clear on what you want out of life. And then we're going to create our vision boards. And we're going to do all of this via online or the recorded version. But I want to share with you because this is going to be some really deep work. And like I'm working on the workbook today, you guys. And I put myself through this process every year. But what I want to do is teach you how to do it. But like, I'm going to make us really go deep. I mean, like one of the questions that I'm going to be kind of coaching you through and asking you, because we have to understand like where we've been in order to get to where we're going. And so one of the things that we're going to kind of be doing before and during the workshop is figuring out like, hey, how can we take the time to, first of all, really celebrate what you have accomplished? Because it's so easy to get mirrored in the muck, right? Of all that didn't go right this year, all of the things that we lost. And let me tell you, some people really lost some major things. I mean, there are a lot of people and businesses and jobs that are at stake right now and families that are at stake. And it's certainly not about denying that or overlooking that. But because I know the power of your thoughts is creating your future, what we really want to do is really work on your mindset so that we can set you up for success in 2021. And so, as I'm working through this process myself and I'm thinking, okay, Kim, let's really look back through the last 12 months and what are you really proud of? What did you accomplish this year? What did you overcome? How did you grow? What did you create? What resources, what experiences, what new skills and abilities do you now have? Because we know that within every obstacle also lies an opportunity. All right. And so we get stuck on the challenges and the obstacles, and then we get pulled down by that we can't free up the space in our brain to actually create the magic in our life. And so I'm working on the workbook that's going to be part of the 90-day training because I really want people to leave this training and have a crystal clear plan. And not only that, but have the action steps they need so that they can really start to create a plan, a 12-month plan, but also have and understand how to make that plan and those goals come to fruition. And so this is going to be a lot of what I'm going to be teaching in in the 90-minute workshop. And if you're interested, the early bird price, you guys, is $97. I've already got, I think we have 10 people that signed up in the last 2 days. So you're going to want to grab your spot because that price jumps to $115. I'll put the link in the comment section if you want to grab your spot. And again, it's December 30th. It's at 6 o'clock CST. It's 90 minutes. And if you cannot do it at that time, it's going to be your own little course. So you can watch it. I'd rather have you there live with me, but you're going to get all of the same information that I'm teaching in the online course. Okay. So, oh, hi, I see some of you now. Hi, Ginger and Joanne, Tiffany, Teresa. Hello, 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 hello. Okay. So Whitney, you're here. So as I'm doing, like everything I teach my clients is what I practice in my own life, right? These are the tools and the strategies that I have used to create really big momentum in my own life. And so when I'm thinking about, I want to ask these questions, I want to really talk my people through this during the 90-minute workshop. You know, when I started to work on like, what did I overcome this year and what did I produce? I mean, it was amazing, you guys, right? I launched 4 online Strobel Ed courses. I created and launched a 10-month Happy Academy program for schools. I rebranded both of my websites. I produced 26 podcast episodes. I grew my SEO strategy. I took people through the 90-day coaching program. I interviewed on lots of other podcasts and summits. I rebranded my keynotes. I dealt with a decrease in revenue due to the pandemic, yet figured out how to come up with other money flow pivots so that we continue to be able to keep going. I developed a shit ton of resiliency this year. I'm going to tell you what, the girl operating this business today is not the same woman last year who was operating this business. Why is that? Well, because I had to mindset my coach the whole time. When you're used to doing 100 keynotes in the month of August and all of a sudden you're doing 3 or 4 because of COVID, you've got some stuff that starts to come up in your mind. And so I coached myself hard this year. I applied all my abundant strategy, resources and beliefs to myself. I developed great resiliency. I jumped back into the weeds of my business. I cut fat from every area of my business. I had to learn my business from the ground up again because I couldn't have a team full-time working behind me because of the decrease in revenue. You know, I'm looking at all of these things that I overcame this year, because if we don't know how to paint the picture of where we are, then we don't know how to figure out where we want to go, right? And so in this 90-minute workshop, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to coach you all on how to create a crystal clear vision for your life. I'm going to teach you the in-depth pieces of the law of attraction. I'm going to teach you my 5-step process for how I manifest. And if you guys remember, I mean, I'm looking at a vision board back here. I've been doing vision boards for the last 15 years, and there's way more to it than just, you know, slapping a picture on a poster board. You have to do the work behind adding that image to your vision board, and that's what I'm going to be teaching. So I'm super excited. I hope that you will join me. I'm going to be popping in here and talking about it a little bit every day, but I'm going to put the link in there because remember, the early bird price is going to go from $97 to $115. So you're going to want to grab your spot if this is something that you're interested in. And again, you'll get the replay, you'll get the login credentials to the course so that you can revisit it throughout next year as well. Or if you're not available at that specific time, although I really want you to be there with me, you know, you can watch the course on your own. So that's all I have for you today. I'm planting some seeds. I'm applying. I'm creating the workbook for the course. It's going to make my people have to really understand how to create clarity in their life, how to create a vision for their life, and how to apply the manifestation process to their vision board. So this kind of stuff just gets me so fired up because I know that it works. So anyways, happy Tuesday to all of you. I think it's Tuesday. I'm going to go back to work and see ya.